What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking after for the future. I'm also going to break down why today is going to be a big day for Tesla because we have the big unveiling of the Tesla semis. I want to talk about some important tweets about Elon Musk when he did actually talk about this, and how all of this may affect Tesla's share price for tomorrow because we have some very big catalysts ahead of us. Now, before I break anything down and give you guys my price prediction for tomorrow, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner. Take none of this as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100 into the account, you're guaranteed up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And if you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks plus the chance to win $60,000. So check out the Moomoo link down below, guys. The offer ends in just 2 weeks. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So anyways, looking at Tesla, this thing closed completely flat for the day, and it did almost exactly what I predicted. I mentioned to everyone that, look, in the market, we might get a small pump into open, and that is what happened to Tesla. Then I expected a bit of a sell-off as the day went on, and I mentioned that my zone on Tesla was about this 190 support range, 190 to like 191 around here. We ended up bouncing around 191.8 or around there. We got a really nice bounce, very close to where I thought it would bounce, and we actually held after that. Then the next support zone we were actually looking at was around this 193 range. We held above that for the large majority of the day, showing some really nice relative strength. So overall, Tesla's looking pretty strong, and I really believe, to be as blunt as possible, this thing is going to soar past 200 very soon. Now, what's very difficult is to tell exactly when this is going to happen. Tomorrow will likely be another consolidation day for the markets, maybe see a little bit more downside, but because of the big Tesla event that's happening today in a couple of hours, it's very likely that this thing might just start flying much sooner than expected. So I do believe Tesla's going to break above 200 soon. Very soon, whether it's next week sometime or maybe as soon as tomorrow. It's very hard to tell with big events like this, but it's also going to depend on some big events. Okay, so the first thing to remember is for Friday, which is tomorrow at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the unemployment rate of the USA for the month of November coming out. Now, this is going to be very important because it's going to give us a very good understanding of how the jobs market is performing in America. The stock market wants pain in the jobs market. They want higher unemployment. You might think, why do they want this? Because more pain in the job sector is going to hurt demand in America. And as demand goes down, as demand starts dropping pretty hard, this is going to have a bad effect on inflation, causing it to end up coming down. So inflation is going to start coming down and down and down at a quicker rate if we start to see unemployment continuing to end up going up. And this is what the market wants. We want it to be at or above the forecast. The forecast is a 3.7% unemployment rate. Instead, guys, it really depends on how this really comes out, and that will affect how the market moves. So if unemployment is very low tomorrow, lower than expected, the market may take a hit and the market may start coming down. If it's at expectations or above, higher unemployment would be good for the markets. Now, on top of that, I want to talk about the big events for Tesla. We have the big semi delivery event starting in just a couple of hours at the time of recording this. In my opinion, it's going to be incredible. It's going to show us something. When it comes to Tesla, Tesla does not always meet the deadlines perfectly. I know Elon Musk has said things that may not always end up coming into truth, but the good thing about that is when you set these deadlines, these, maybe some people could say Tesla sets very high expectations. At the end of the day, for the large majority of these expectations, like the Cybertruck, like the Roadster, the AI technology, they're going to deliver on these things, even if they do take a little bit longer than expected. And this is just another example of Tesla actually meeting the expectations and delivering on these Tesla semis. I believe it's going to be an incredible event. I think this could be very bullish news as well, depending on what they announce. And I can't really say too much. In fact, I don't want to say too much about this until it actually happens, until we actually see more updates on the specs and the pricing and etc. So we're going to have to wait and see how this actually comes out because we don't truly know the exact pieces of data on the specs, how much horsepower it can truly do, how much weight it's going to be able to haul, and how on earth they plan on actually delivering them. So right now, we expect them to deliver the first few units to Pepsi That's going to be incredible. And it's going to really help transition Tesla into this new market that's going to be absolutely huge. Elon Musk also tweeted a couple of days ago, and I actually missed this tweet because he's been tweeting a lot, but almost all his tweets are about other things or things other than Tesla. I don't mean to say this in an offensive way or anything like that. It's just the truth. And right now, Elon Musk actually tweeted this just a couple of days ago that the Tesla team just completed a 500-mile drive with the Tesla Semi weighing in at 81,000 pounds. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I can't wait to see the improvements that they have for this. I believe that the fact that these cars are going to be, or these semis are going to be electric is going to be a challenge. So I want to see what Tesla says about this, how they address a lot of problems, and it's going to be very, very cool. Now, Tesla's reminding everyone the event is going to be at, let me see, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So it's actually happening very, very soon in just a couple of hours. So if you want to see the event, the live stream of it, if you go on Tesla's YouTube channel, it should be live streaming there. There should be a link on Tesla's website, or also I think on their Twitter somewhere there was a link too. But anyways, the event is happening. It's going to be very huge. And if something big is unveiled, I mean, there's a good chance it's going to actually help Tesla's share price push to the upside as soon as tomorrow. Another good news that's coming out is the fact that Tesla is actually improving their Texas. We're actually planning on seeing massive output in Q1, once again improving on those delivery numbers, which is so much better for these investors because it brings in more profits, more revenue, and etc., making the company much stronger fundamentally. So these big fundamental improvements for the long-term future are going to get better, and that makes me extremely bullish for the long term. Now, going back on the data, once again, guys, unemployment data comes out tomorrow morning. This will affect the whole market. It could even affect Tesla, but I do believe that the bigger factor is going to be the semi truck, and I not the semis, not the semi truck, the semis, and I also believe that this is going to be so big for Tesla, so it could actually help the share price soar much quicker than expected. What I'm liking about this from a technical standpoint is the price pairs ratio is showing a big bounce right here. And as this thing starts pumping to the upside, this means Tesla is likely going to start outperforming the SPY, the QQQ, the market. That's a big sign of strength. Also, Tesla has the potential to work with Apple and actually help pump up the QQQ. So if you guys want to play the QQQ, there is some potential for it. But I'd be very careful, at least for tomorrow, because the market will likely consolidate, in my opinion. But Tesla might actually outperform the market. Now, historically, Tesla's only green about 48% of the time on Fridays, so it tends to not do as well. And a lot of the volume tends to come in after like the first 30 minutes. So expect Tesla to maybe pump for the first 30 minutes or so, slow down a little bit as the time goes on, and then see another big pump near power hour. Now, it doesn't always happen this way. It's going to depend on big events, but I do believe that's very likely to continue. I'm also liking the fact that the short interest is on a downtrend, showing lots of shorts covering. And we're also starting to see more FOMO buyers come in, lots of people buying into the call options, and people are becoming excited. The volume is looking pretty nice, 80 million today alone, even though it was more of a consolidation day. That's a good sign for the future. And the price pairs ratio, not the price pairs, the short volume percentage, sorry about that, that's also starting to come down, it's starting to downtrend, which is a sign that those with long positions are now gaining the edge over this stock. So overall, the technicals are showing that this thing is more likely to be bullish for the near term over the next couple of trading days. I do anticipate this thing to break above 200 and see 210 plus very, very quickly. I don't know if it's going to happen as soon as tomorrow. It's going to depend on the big event. It could also happen if something huge comes out from the media, from the news. But at the same time, like I said, the market is likely going to consolidate a bit more tomorrow, which is why I'm still a little bit less, a little bit more cautious on Tesla from that end. If you look at SPY, we actually hit the key supply zone I was talking about recently. We actually stopped out exactly where the top was, around like 410, and now we're starting to slow down a bit. SPY looks like it's starting to flag a bit, so this thing might come down a little bit more. And I actually use a Fibonacci retracement to find about 403 to 404 to be a good target for tomorrow. It might come down a little bit more. I see a nice bounce around there, trade kind of sideways. Now, as for the QQQ, it's going to be heavily dictated by Apple and Tesla. This thing is actually showing more strength than SPY overall and does have more potential to push up. However, tomorrow, if this thing does trade a little bit sideways, that's very possible, but there's also a good chance that if Tesla is very bullish, it can help pump this thing up. Apple is showing more strength too. I want to see this thing break above 150 very, very soon. It may take a couple of days though. But for tomorrow, this thing looks like it's going to consolidate as well. But Tesla, on the other hand, looks like I mean, it typically would be consolidating tomorrow, maybe pushing up a bit and range trading between, I'd say between like 200 and about 190, maybe like 192. Basically, it should trade sideways tomorrow on a normal day, but it's going to depend on firstly unemployment data. If it's better than expected, this thing has more potential to push up into open, and also the big event. So honestly, if the event is much better than expected, we see some very, very big things coming out because of it, lots of hype. It's very possible Tesla could get a big push sometime tomorrow and break past 200. If it doesn't do it tomorrow, I do think it's more likely to do this sometime next week. But either way, guys, I mean, I'm still net bullish on Tesla for the short term. For the medium term, I do believe that downside is still possible in this market going into 2023 because of earnings. The earnings recession is going to be most likely coming. And for the super long term on Tesla, I'm still extremely, extremely bullish. I see the share price soaring to the thousands as years pass by. I'm still a very, very big bull on this stock long term. For tomorrow, normally, I what I really want to talk about is it's going to depend heavily on unemployment data, how the overall market performs in the beginning. I'm hoping that it's a little bit better for the markets and unemployment is at the expectations, maybe a little bit higher. That in turn could actually cause Tesla to push up. If the event is very, very strong, this thing might just start flying super, super fast. Shorts may start covering even faster. More people may come in, and this thing could soar in a flash. All right. So I don't know if we're going to break past 200 either tomorrow or next week. One of them will most likely happen. But either way, guys, I'm just still more bullish than bearish. And the best thing we could do as investors is watch the event, find out what's going on with the Tesla semis, listen to big headlines and articles, and we're going to get a much better idea. If Tesla pushes up, we have resistance around this 199 to about 200 zone, just around here. If we break 200, this thing could soar to about 205. Break past that, then I'm going to be watching 211. It could actually see that relatively soon within the next 2 days. If Tesla breaks down, okay, if you start to see Tesla come down, the zone to watch is going to be around this 192 level, right around here. And if you break below that, the next strong support is around 190. This was a previous demand zone. So watch that very carefully in case we do end up coming down. But like I said, guys, I think we're more likely to see a nice pump to the upside thanks to the big Tesla event. I'm hoping some more hype comes into this stock, more people start watching it. It is actually increasing its popularity on many big subreddits out there. So that's a very good sign for Tesla. And I am anticipating more upside for tomorrow, hopefully. So thank you all for listening. Get ready for the big event. It starts in a couple of hours. And by the time you guys are watching this video, it's probably going to be almost over, or at least for a lot of you. So get ready, pay attention to the big headlines, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon because the long-term future is still incredibly bright. And peace out.